Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. This is Miguel with season 1 of how to combine the DC deck building sets. And this is our 4th deck profile for the season. In this episode, we'll be covering Forever Evil. This set introduces the VP and Frozen token mechanic. When a card tells a player to gain VPs, put that amount of VP tokens on your oversized character. Certain cards will interact with the VP token. You cannot choose someone with 0 VPs, and you cannot go to negative VPs. Cards with frozen tokens on them cannot be bought or gained. A frozen token does not protect a card from being destroyed. The oversized characters in this set include Black Manta, Harley Quinn, Deathstroke, Sinestro, Lex Luthor, Bizarro, Black Adam, and Bane. The superhero stack includes The Flash, Swamp Thing, Green Arrow, Constantine, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Batman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, Shazam, and Superman. For the theme of the main deck, we're going to focus on the Trinity War and the Forever Evil storylines. For availability, we're pulling from the original set through Forever Evil and Crisis Expansion 1. For consistency, the main deck will be at 120 cards with 30 heroes, villains, equipment, and 24 superpowers with 6 locations. And now the deck profile. For heroes at cost 1, we have doubles of Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor rewards destruction focused strategies by replacing himself with additional card draw, helping maintain momentum. At cost 2, we have doubles of Vibe and Commissioner Gordon. Vibe supports hero and superpower focused strategies by helping you recycle key cards for future turns as your next draw. Commissioner Gordon is an early game defense that can generate VP tokens over the course of the game whenever he is used to avoid an attack. At cost 3, we have doubles of Catwoman and Steel. Catwoman works well in the mid to late game where VP tokens are being generated, allowing you to steal them from opponents with her attack. Steel helps improve deck consistency by removing unwanted cards, while generating victory points from the higher cost cards you destroy. At cost 4, we have doubles of Swamp Thing, Sonic Siren, Amanda Waller, Element Woman, and Stargirl. Swamp Thing can help you catch up or take the lead because he can increase to 5 power if you control a location. Sonic Siren refreshes the lineup, helping to cycle out undesirable cards. Amanda Waller can either give you +2 power or destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. If you destroy a villain, she can generate even more power. Element Woman supports a variety of strategies by counting as multiple card types, making her an easy fit in decks that reward card type diversity. Stargirl is a defense card that can put a card from the destroyed pile on the bottom of the main deck as a way to prevent it from emptying. At cost 5, we have single copies of Emerald Knight, The Fastest Man Alive, Phantom Stranger, with doubles of Power Girl, and John Constantine. Emerald Knight can extend your turns by letting you play a non-villain or location from the lineup, though you can't buy it afterward. The Fastest Man Alive is the standard draw 2 cards with no drawbacks. Phantom Stranger provides the strongest deck thinning available, making it easier to maximize his endgame victory point value. Power Girl provides generic support with +3 power, making her a strong buy in almost any deck. John Constantine optimizes your deck because he scouts the top 2 cards of your deck, draws 1, and has the option of destroying the other one or putting it back. At cost 6, we have single copies of Winged Warrior and Firestorm. Winged Warrior supports hero builds by increasing to 5 power total if you control another hero. Firestorm rewards decks with powerful card effects by letting you reuse their abilities throughout the game, at the cost of destroying the cards used for this effect at the end of the game. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Pandora. Pandora works best in a main deck with a healthy mix of card costs, allowing her to consistently generate additional power. For villains, at cost 1, we have doubles of Emperor Penguin. Emperor Penguin rewards destruction-focused strategies by replacing himself with VP tokens. At cost 2, we have doubles of Grid. Grid supports villain and equipment-focused strategies by helping you recycle key cards for future turns as your next draw. At cost 3, we have doubles of Jervis Tetch, Atomica, and Manbat. Jervis Tetch is an early game utility card that can discard or destroy unwanted cards from the top of your deck. Atomica helps improve deck consistency by removing unwanted cards, while generating victory points from the higher cost cards you destroy. Manbat works well in the mid to late game where VP tokens are being generated, allowing you to steal them from attackers with his defense. At cost 4, we have a single copy of Deathstorm with doubles of Clayface, Parasite, The Blight, Giganta, and Killer Frost. Deathstorm supports destruction-focused strategies by helping you maintain a smaller deck, making it easier to maximize his endgame victory point value. Clayface can copy effects of cards you have played alongside him as a way to maximize your turn. Parasite can depower foes with his attack, exchanging a card with cost 3 or greater with a punch card from their discard pile. The Blight can either give you +2 power or destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. If you destroy a superpower, he can generate even more power. Giganta is a reliable source of power that works best in decks that can consistently keep lower cost cards out of the discard pile. Killer Frost is here as an attack against locations and can draw a card if no foes discard one. At cost 5, we have 4 copies of Royal Flush Gang. Royal Flush Gang works best in main decks built around the Royal Flush Gang, rewarding you with additional victory points as you play more copies. At cost 6, we have single copies of Despero, Owlman, and Power Ring. Despero is a staple card that can draw 2 and attack a player to make them discard a card with cost 1 or greater, helping both your deck and hindering your opponents. Owlman supports card destruction focused strategies by turning into additional power for each different equipment in the destroyed pile. Power Ring works best in a main deck with plenty of heroes, allowing him to generate more power as the destroyed pile becomes filled with different heroes. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Superwoman. Superwoman supports card destruction focused strategies by turning into additional power for each different villain in the destroyed pile. At cost 8, we have a single copy of Ultraman. Ultraman works best in a main deck with plenty of superpowers, allowing him to generate more power as the destroyed pile becomes filled with different superpowers. For equipment, at cost 1, we have doubles of Venom Injector. Venom Injector rewards destruction-focused strategies by replacing itself with +2 power. At cost 2, we have doubles of Cold Gun. Cold Gun provides line of control by restricting access to key cards with a frozen token, making it easier to plan your next turn. At cost 3, we have doubles of Helmet of Fate, Sledgehammer, and Man-Bat Serum. Helmet of Fate can mulligan undesirable cards when defending, making you draw a card for each one discarded minus itself. Sledgehammer improves deck consistency by removing unwanted cards, while generating victory points from the higher cost cards you destroy. Man-Bat Serum rewards VP token focused strategies by using your VP token total as a marker for a significant burst in power, at the cost of destroying itself if you have 5 or more VPs. At cost 4, we have doubles of Skeets, Soul Taker Sword, Secret Society Communicator, Mallet, and Signature Trenchcoat. Skeet supports hero builds as it can put heroes on top of your deck or into your hand when defending. Soul Taker Sword helps improve deck consistency by removing unwanted cards from your hand before they cycle back into your deck. Secret Society Communicator can either give you +2 power or destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. If you destroy a hero, it can generate even more power. Mallet supports control strategies by giving you the flexibility to improve draw quality or disrupt another player's plans. Signature Trenchcoat gives players access to cards with cost 5 or less from the destroyed pile, making it useful alongside heavy destroyed strategies. At cost 5, we have a single copy of Magician's Corset with doubles of the Bat Signal and Cosmic Staff. Magician's Corset offers flexible draw support, allowing you to help any number of players draw a card while generating additional power for yourself. The Bat Signal supports hero builds by recovering a hero from your discard pile to replay. Cosmic Staff is a defense card that can discard itself to avoid an attack and gains the bottom card of the main deck. This works in conjunction with Stargirl because she can set up specific cards from the destroyed pile you want to gain with Cosmic Staff. At cost 6, we have doubles of Broadsword. Broadsword is an effective attack card that can destroy low-cost cards from opponents' discard piles, disrupting strategies that rely on recursion. At cost 7, we have doubles of Firestorm Matrix. Firestorm Matrix supports lower cost strategies by permanently upgrading one of your key cards into a reusable ongoing effect at the cost of destroying them at the end of the game. At cost 8, we have a single copy of Power Armor. Power Armor is a great reveal to defend card because it can destroy multiple cards depending on the number of attacks that have been thrown against you. For superpowers, at cost 1, we have doubles of Word of Power. Word of Power rewards destruction-focused strategies by replacing itself with cost reduction of superheroes by 4 for the turn, without using the power generated, letting you buy other cards. At cost 2, we have doubles of Insanity. Insanity provides both hand disruption and defense, making it a flexible card for strategies that benefit from manipulating players' hands. At cost 3, we have doubles of X-Ray Vision, Invulnerable, and Expert Marksman. X-Ray Vision gives a player access to the top of each foe's decks in order to play a non-location from any deck. Invulnerable serves dual purposes by providing reliable defense while thinning out your deck out of vulnerabilities, Expert Marksman helps improve deck consistency by removing unwanted cards, while generating victory points from the higher cost cards you destroy. At cost 4, we have doubles of Canary Cry, Power Drain, Super Intellect, and Power the Red. Canary Cry supports villain builds as it can put villains on top of your deck or into your hand when defending. Power Drain provides reliable hand disruption by letting you remove key cards before your opponent has a chance to play them. Super Intellect can either give you +2 power or destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. If you destroy an equipment, it can generate even more power. Power of the Red provides deck filtering by letting you exchange unwanted cards for new ones, making it easier to find the cards you need. At cost 5, we have doubles of Transmutation. Transmutation supports destruction-focused strategies by upgrading unwanted cards into better ones while generating additional victory points. At cost 6, we have doubles of Bizarro Power. Bizarro Power is a standard attack card that can dish out weakness cards to each foe in order to clog their decks with undesirable cards, and also has a reliable +4 power. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Constructs of Fear. Constructs of Fear can add pressure to opponents by decreasing their hand size by 2 with its attack. At cost 9, we have a single copy of Ultra Strength. Ultra Strength provides the best support with +3 power and draws 2 cards, making it the strongest buy for any deck. For locations, at cost 4, we have a single copy of Blackgate Prison. Blackgate Prison is a great way to generate VPs from its effect of destroying a vulnerability or weakness revealed through its effect. At cost 5, we have single copies of Happy Harbor, Belle Reve, Star Labs, and Central City. Happy Harbor, Belle Reve, Star Labs, and Central City provide power generation for their respective card type they are asking for: hero, villain, equipment, or superpower. At cost 6, we have a single copy of Earth 3. Earth 3 is a great way to generate VPs from its effect of destroying a punch card revealed through its effect. In closing, that's one way to combine the DC deck building sets. Remember, there's no correct way to build your main deck. These videos are here to inspire ideas and start conversations. What would you change? What supervillain should get their own set or expansion? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all the YouTube things. I'll see you on the next one.